All right, today I'm giving you exclusive access to a conversation I'm having with a very good friend, Sid Shah. He's a partner at BCG Digital Ventures, one of the leading consulting and corporate venture firms in the world. He works with top 100 CEOs. We're going to get his take on what his clients are looking at investing in, what businesses they're building. This is what this whole channel was about, giving you access to conversations that you may not be able to get access to. Check it out. We're here at Goldie's on 3rd with my boy Sid Shah and my brother Anand. Say hi.
What's up? What's up?
Sid has a fancy job and he works for a company called BCG.
At BCG Digital Ventures.
What does the B, the C, the G stand for?
So BCG is the Boston Consulting Group. It's probably one of the top it is the top 1 and 2 consulting company in the world, strategy consulting. So they pretty much only advise CEOs. And they advise every CEO in the world.
And what do you do there?
So we started a subsidiary under them, and we do corporate venture capital. So we build startups with companies. So the best way to think about it is 2 guys in a garage smoking dope had a great idea, and they started Uber or Airbnb, right? And they disrupted the whole market. Our whole thing is we think that a lot of these big companies have these big assets, they have big balance sheets, they have great brands and distribution, but they lost their way on innovation. So if we can use their assets and pull out a few of their smartest people and then pair them with a few of our entrepreneurs, we can build a startup that can beat 2 guys in a garage.
Is there anything public you can share?
Like companies that...
Like a story?
Yeah, so one of our biggest successes is a company called Auto Gravity. It's probably a top 3 auto loan company in the US right now, digital platform. Daimler was the corporate partner.
And who's Daimler?
Daimler Mercedes, right? So they had a loan company that would only service Mercedes cars. And they're like, if we don't find some way of disrupting ourselves, somebody else is going to do it, right? So they're like, let's start an independent company that's loans out for every car company, right? Which is encroaching on their core business, right?
Yeah.
Because then they're loaning Volkswagen and Toyota and all this stuff.
So they spun it out to a separate entity.
Yeah, exactly. And that in everything we do, we're in market in 6 to 12 months. We launch a company.
And who finances it? They finance
so they finance it. We want to invest if they want us to invest. We'd like to invest and play a part in it. So we launched this thing. It's become the top 3 auto lending company in the country right now. It's getting all these awards. Here's the most interesting thing. The next round of investment was done by Volkswagen Ventures, a competitor.
Because they're that hot of a business.
Yes. Something that Daimler was not able to do on their own. And an independent company that Daimler's still majority owner of, allowed this other company to play and that they competed to build this platform because they know they needed something.
Yeah. And it's $1 billion company.
Valuation is somewhere between probably $200 and $500 million right now. Wow. And that's in 2 years.
2 years. So he's rich. This guy's rich. If you need money, hit up BCG Digital Ventures. Sid Shah, look him up. What else? What else are you guys working on?
So our whole thing is one of the things I'm excited about. So we've been talking for the last 10, 15 years about businesses, and I feel like I've always been early, 2 or 3 years early on stuff.
Yeah.
And being early is the same thing as being late.
Yeah. Too early, yeah.
And so the one thing I think I'm right at the right time on is we're spending a lot of time on working with oil and gas and industrial good companies.
Wow.
Because everybody's doing consumer.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing fintech. Everyone's doing healthcare. Everybody's doing it. There's 1,000 fucking companies doing that, right? 1,000 startups. It's hot. But no one's talking to oil and gas companies. No one's talking to
old world companies.
Yeah, but they're flush with cash. Yeah. They're impossible to disrupt. Yeah. You can't just be an oil and gas company tomorrow, right? The top 10 oil and gas companies are literally not going to get disrupted.
But are they forward thinking?
So they're starting to get forward thinking, right? So they're starting to really they're okay, we got a bunch of cash. We know we need to hedge against oil and gas. We know we need to get renewables. We know we have all these great assets around the world. Yeah. Let's use those and get into the next level of growth. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, and I think that's it's exciting. And that's the crazy thing. No one's excited about oil and gas and industrial goods.
I hate oil and I hate gas.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the unsexy stuff that makes all the money.
Yeah.
It's all the the stuff you do is super sexy. I love it. Everybody wants to do it. Everyone wants to hang out with you.
The stuff we do, we make no money.
Yeah.
We want to be like the Saudis.
Right. Exactly. Right? And so it's all the unsexy stuff that makes all the money, right? And so that's kind of where I'm double downing right now the next couple of years.
What do you get for lunch? I'm gonna do green eggs.
You tell me, man.
I have a theory that the world's going to come crashing down any day now. And so I've been buying a short on the S&P 500 every month for the last year and a half. Needless to say, it's doing extremely bad. Making no money, losing money. But I asked him what he thought.
It's a good time to buy.
Yeah.
Right?
So what did the rich people?
No, so I went to this conference and I was talking to all the sovereign wealth guys and I was talking to all the endowments and I asked them the same thing because I have the same feeling. I'm like, dude, the world it's just been so great since 2008 that it's gotta come crashing down. And if you look at the chart for the last like 50 years, we're literally at the lowest interest rate of all time. Like historically, everything is like, you know, gangbusters. And then we got, you know, this guy who doesn't know what he's doing running.
What are all the...
So anyways, here's what they said. I asked them, I was like, in 2 years, what do you think is going to happen? You know, if things change and the world comes crashing down based on whatever, right? They all said, you know what? We've all considered that and baked that into our models, and we still believe that it won't be that bad because there's so much cash right now. There's so much liquidity with companies like SoftBank and Apple and Blackstone, PIF, and all these guys that they'll hold it up. They'll hold it up. They're just sitting on, they're all sitting on $200, $300, $400 billion of cash.
So I should sell my short.
No, or just keep it because it's gonna happen. Right? The thing is, it's gonna happen. It's just this whole thing is it's the long cycle, right? It's not gonna happen in 1 year, 2 years, but it's like 5 years, 10 years, right? I think it's gotta happen. There's just house prices, just everything's fucking crazy right now. You know what I mean? Everyone's just got cash, and now they're, you know.
But historically, that is never. It always comes down.
It always comes down.
There's no world where it just keeps going up.
Exactly. So all these guys are saying the same thing, that there's enough bailout money from private institutions to profit. Yeah, very interesting. So that was my that was one of my key takeaways. Gave me a little bit of confidence. I still like have that, you know, have that view.
So what are they doing to like?
Nothing. They're just trying to find good shit to invest in, man. They're looking at good products, big target addressable markets, really good teams. That's why we were talking about team earlier. I'm like, all they care about is the team, right? And so, team and target addressable market. If you have those two things nailed, then that's what they're looking for more than anything.